All right, shalom, shalom. So, before we get started, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakadash. The honor to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, who will, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preach the truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. And this another lesson through the spirit of power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying to the hopeful elect. You know, and we in the seventh day of Hanukkah. You know, tomorrow night is the last day, the 8th day. You know, and brothers just came together to fellowship. You know, but we just go. This is more of like a various topics. We'll just start off speaking on the Most High's wrath. You know, because hey, the Lord, He about to bring a great wrath upon the planet Earth. You know, they say that in second Ezra 15, how the Lord is gonna bring all these different plagues upon the world. You know, because the earth is filled with wickedness. Matter of fact, I'm about to get that scripture real quick. This second Ezra chapter 15, verse 5, it say, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." You know, so this place is full of wickedness because it's a wicked ruler ruling. You know, and the Lord said He gonna bring these plagues upon the earth because of the wickedness that's going on. You know, and the Lord is fed up with the wickedness. You know, and because that's the spirit just speaking on this, because the same class of people that's ruling now, they was ruling back in the Maccabees time period. They was calling themselves the Greeks, but they all Edomites at the end of the day, but they was calling themselves the Greeks. And to say that wickedness increased in the earth through those different kings, through those different generals that was under Alexander the Great.
Second Maccabees, the first chapter, right?
The first Maccabees.
Yeah, first Maccabees, the first chapter.
But y'all got a precept or something?
It's Isaiah 55 and 6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call upon Him while He is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord, and He will have mercy upon him, and to our power."
Right. So the Lord, He the message that the Lord sent His prophets out to give is to have the nation of Israel repent. You know, come back, turn from their sins. You know, so they can be scared from the evils that's about to take place.
And it says, "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found," because the doors of mercy open. But they closing shortly by shortly, because the angels is holding back the wrath, according to Revelations the 7th chapter. Once the elect get sealed, then the angels just go bring the wrath, right? And you notice this to Israelites, because it says, "Let the wicked forsake his way." But we know that Esau Edom is the wicked, and it says, "And the unrighteous man his thoughts." But it says, "And let him return to the Lord." And the Edomites and the other nations was never with the Lord. So that got to be talking about our people.
This is from Ecclesiastes 12:1. They say, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, for thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." So, but the Lord is telling our people to remember before these evil times come, you know, and to build that relationship with them before the evil times come. Because once the evil times come, then He bringing the evil upon the ones who may repent. That's you right. know that and build that relationship with Yahweh Shai. You know, that's why when the Lord come back, He'll tell a lot of people, "I have not known." You know, because these people that's not trying to repent, and that's go continue in their wickedness. They wasn't chosen from the beginning to make it anyway, you know. But the elect was. So of course we getting the blood off our hands, you know, and wanting the whole nation, but at the same time, we only out there to call upon the elect and to the elect to repent, you know, because hey, that's what the Lord is going to spare and give mercy. Verse 2 is say, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the window be dark. So when it's no more jobs, you know, hey, when it's no more money, you know, when it's no more food, you know, when you can't live that's so-called your day-to-day life, you know, on your free will, when all of these things is taken away, that's when the doors of repentance is gonna be closed. And the Lord, He said, come back to Him before those times come, because we coming into them times, you know. But once the doors of repentance close, it's gonna be a wrap. You either repented or you did it. Verse 4 is say, and the door shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grounding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So, hey, America is not going to continue being that lovely city where you go to concerts and football games, and you know, so just do whatever you want. It's about to come. This place about to come. Before this place gets destroyed, this place about to turn into a third world country. It's about to be your comfortable living estate will turn into a survival mode estate.
And it's happening everywhere else, man. All you people gotta do, man, is jump on world news and look at what's going on in other landmass, other countries, and see the draconian measures that they pressing the people with, man. It's this one video on TikTok where it was a lady sitting on her porch, and it was like 3 doctors and police outside and said, if you cross that line, it's a $5,000 fine and you could go to jail too. It's like on her porch though, so it's to the point where you can't even leave your house, man. I'm like, seriously, man, this shit crazy.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14. Jeremiah chapter 4, we start at verse 10. Then said I, oh Lord Yahweh, surely thou hast greatly deceived this people in Jerusalem, saying, ye shall have peace, whereas the sword reacheth unto the soul. And that's exactly what the Lord has done now. You know, the Lord has deceived the masses of people through Esau Edom to put you in that state of mind that everything is all right, everything is going to continue, that life is going to go on forever, the society is going to go on forever, for you to make it in society and have live that American dream, which that is a deception, because we all know the prophecies link up to this place being taken down, Esau being destroyed, and the Lord's kingdom being risen up on earth, man. It said, I'm gonna jump to verse 13. It says, behold, he shall come as clouds, and his chariots shall be a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. Right. And that's what we're doing now. We're in the process of washing our minds, man. Purifying our hearts, purifying our souls through enduring tribulation and through continuing in this word, continuing in this ministry, in sincerity and in truth. All right. And that's how the elect is being risen up, through the preaching and through the word of the Lord. It says, verse 14, O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. How long shall thy vain thoughts launch within thee? And those vain thoughts consist of America living forever, you making it in society. And then when you find out that this society is not set up for you to be on that status, then you're disappointed and butthurt.
This society is over with, man. America is over with, man. America is finished, man. All other people that got like stocks and stuff in all the 500 companies, they all took their stocks out. They all keep taking their stocks out. Even the stock market about to crash. They say this the biggest, or this is about to be the biggest recession in American history.
Oh no, I was about to say shit. Bitcoin just lost like $10,000.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, was that Isaiah 66?
I got one though because the brother said that the Most High got these people deceived and thinking it's all good and it's all peace. This is 1 Thessalonians 5. I'm gonna start at 1. But of the times and the seasons, brother, because it's a time and a season for everything, ye have no need that I write unto you, because we already know the times. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. What do that mean? It means these people gonna be asleep, man. You feel me? Thief come to your house either when you gone or when you sleep. You feel me? And they tiptoeing. They not trying to be loud so you can know. So the day of the Lord, for most people, they don't know the times or the seasons. You feel me? But the brethren do. It says,
it's gonna be unexpected. Yeah. It's gonna come. These people not expecting the day of the Lord to come.
Yeah. They not expecting America to just crash and one day, you feel me, it's just all fucking hell just breaking out. Chaos. You got Gurkha troops, you feel me? You got tanks outside, you feel me? You got, man,
it's like it, and just like what the brother said, because I've been hearing just people daily talking about what they about to do from 2020, 2022, what 2022 is about to bring, what plans they got for the summer, and so on and so forth. Their minds is not on, or this destruction about to come, or the economy crash. Their minds are not on that.
World War. I was gonna say Salafi. I was gonna say, and Esau even know that. You know, Esau even know. He knows prophecy. He knows that he's going to eventually be taken out of power. But yet, and still, the Lord has put that deception on Esau's mind that his kingdom going to last forever. Because in the scriptures, it talk about, in Psalms, it said that they think that their houses shall continue.
Psalms 49 and 11.
It is Psalms 49.
This 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. Well, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So he got them in a trick bag. They thinking it's all good, but really what's about to come? Sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child. And they shall not escape. Ain't no escaping. You feel me? That's what's gonna be so terrible. The scriptures say they think it's all good, but then he gonna flip the script and it's gonna be all bad. And they can't escape.
That's why the Lord compared it to a travailing woman. Because when a woman is giving birth, those pains are excruciating. And there's nothing she can do. Right. There's nothing she can do about it. And those pains last for hours and hours and hours.
And the day of the Lord, it's nothing these people gonna be able to do about it.
And the scriptures saying that the deceiver are both is. You know, the Lord purposely got these people into a trick bag. He put that slumber spirit upon them, blinded their eyes to see these things, just so he could destroy their ass.
Real quick, because he said that, I thought you got something. This Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel have not obtained what it seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Everybody looking for something, they're looking for the truth. But the elect got the truth. But he say everybody else was blinded. Blinded by what? The next verse is about to tell you. According to as it is written. And when it say as it is written, I mean it's written in the Old Testament. As it is written. The Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, have given them, so the Most High have given them something. Let's find out what it is. The spirit of slumber. So when a person sleep and slumber and just can't get it, that's because the Most High got them blinded. Eyes that they shall not see, and ears that they cannot hear until this day. And it's that physical eyes that you can't see and physical ears that you can't hear. No, this is a spiritual thing. So it's talking about being in that slumber spirit, like the destruction right in your face, and you just don't even see it coming.
Oh, this is Revelations chapter 6, verse 6. And it says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Right? Because that parable basically represents, sudden destruction coming. Basically, everything seeming to be convenient, everything seeming to be peaceful at one point, everything, because the scriptures talk about in Ezra how the welfare should be cheap, roughly paraphrasing. It should be like cheap welfare.
Second Ezra 6:22.
Yeah, I believe it's the 6th chapter.
Is it right?
Yeah. No, second Ezra. Second
Ezra 16.
16:22.
Yeah, but it talks about it being the cheap labor. That's what it's going into. And on a deeper level, that penny is really talking about silver, because in the ancient world, that's the type of money we carried around. That's the type of currency we had, silver and gold. So in those times, that's what they use. That penny would be actual silver on a deeper level. And it says, Salaki, it says, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. That's talking about this truth. Because this truth is still going to be the thing that's going to be valued. This wisdom and knowledge is what's going to actually still stick around and last forever and ever. While everything else loses value, everything perishes and passes away. And it gets destroyed. The truth and the men and the elect who have the truth are going to be reserved, saved, and they're going to live. It's going to live everlasting. It's second Ezra 16:21.
Yeah. That's what I was just looking at too. The second Ezra 16:21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth,
right,
that they shall think themselves to be in a good case.
And that's how it was just a couple months ago. Everything was cheap, everything was at a low value, gas prices was low, but now you see gas prices is higher now. Everything is starting to turn, it's moving forward, it's moving towards hyperinflation now. It's on that roller coaster ride to hyperinflation. When just a couple months ago, everything was cheap and the victuals was cheap.
See, it's inflation now because everything is rising. When they gave out the stimulus checks and
exactly,
stop everybody from working, you feel me? On top of the economy was already fucked up. Exactly. We just had a recession in 2008. You feel me? Like people was really fucked up now, broke as hell. They stopped giving up the checks, getting jobs shut down, and now it's less material. You feel me? And when you got less material, it's worth more. You feel me? So the prices of everything is about to shoot up, and the dollar ain't worth shit no way.
And then you're gonna find out in your personal life, personally, you're gonna have to gradually, slowly start cutting back on shit. You're gonna have to start budgeting and stuff. And then week after week after week, you're gonna start finding out shit getting worse. You can't get shit has lost value. You're gonna end up putting fucking cat food in your noodles.
Right, that's inflation. Hyperinflation is when you go to the store one day, like let's just say I went to the store earlier for a pack of beef and it was $40 at 8 o'clock. hyperinflation is that same pack that was 40, it'll be like 53 in the same day. Then you go back a little later, you feel me, and it's like 60. That's hyperinflation because it start moving like fast. Yeah. But to finish this out, it says they shall think themselves to be in a good case.
Right.
But even then shall evils grow upon earth.
Right.
Sword, famine, and great confusion.
And that goes back to Jeremiah the 15th chapter, you know, because that's what's going to happen. And when those things start happening, when people get judged by the sword, when people die in the famine, and everybody is confused, they're going to run to the prophets, man. And we're the Lord gonna have, Lord willing, we're gonna be dunked off in the cut, being good, basically. You know, we're gonna be good while everybody else is scrambling, trying to figure out what the hell going on, being judged, man.
Lord willing. This is 2nd Ezra 16:22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
There's no way to escape, man. There's no way to escape judgment. No way at all. You can't escape the Most High. What now I say, your arms is too short to box with God, and you're gonna lose every time. You can't resist the will of the Heavenly Father. You're a spirit that He created.
With Psalm 18. Praise the Sirach.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 18. Yeah, that's right. I got a priesthood.
Go ahead. Yeah. This Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, and so she may be healed. You will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So this place can't be healed. You can't going back to resisting the will of the Lord. It's the will of the Lord for this place to be destroyed,
For the destruction to take place. And people are not expecting that. People don't think that's going to happen. People think that this place will continue and the Lord is not going to come back. These people don't even they believe the Lord is real. They think they think everything is run off themselves. Like that they control everything and they own God, they own person, they own life. These people believe in free will. They got self-will in themselves, but everything is controlled by the Lord. And the Lord put the Spirit on these people to be dumb enough to still have hope in this place and try to hold on to this place so it won't fall. But it's nothing. It don't matter how much money you shoot out and give to people. It don't matter how much checks people get, how much you fix the streets. This place still will get destroyed regardless.
And I just said this Saturday at camp. I think it was yesterday. At camp. One day it's gonna be our last camp. You feel me? One day America is gonna be destroyed. You feel me? One day it's gonna come
in one day
to pass.
Right.
Look, in 1 hour. This is
in 1 hour.
Revelations 18 and where's the 1 hour at? Somebody's, yeah, okay. I'm gonna start at 8. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
So imagine one day everything is normal, right? You got the fucking the trees is green, the sky's blue, and the sun is out. And next thing you know, everything behind you, you see is getting just immaculated and destroyed. So like not immaculated, it's just getting destroyed by nuclear fire in a just a heat wave, man. A fat ass burst of wind filled with heat and fire.
For strong is the Lord, Yahweh Bashua Rashah, who judges her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her.
Right.
And
Because these other nations, the Lord is going to use these other nations to shoot off those missiles so the destruction can happen. But they're not going to get the glory or the credit. The Lord is going to get the glory and the credit because these other nations are going to be bewailing the fall of America. They're no longer going to be able to make trades. They're no longer going to be able to import and export goods and live rich off America no more.
Shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off.
Because it's going to be broadcasting. Man. The destruction of America is going to be broadcasting to show the rest of these nations, man, the power and the strength of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And everybody's going to know that this is of a higher power.
But the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come. So America will be destroyed in 1 hour, man, because all of America's allies, all of America's enemies, everybody will shoot ICBM nuclear missiles on this place, man. It's going to be 200 million nuclear missiles to wipe Babylon off the face of the earth. That's why the book of Malachi, the 4th chapter, say it ain't going to leave neither root nor branch. Right?
This is Matthew to the 24th verse 36. It says, but of that day and hour know of no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So, just like in the days of Noah, people was just in the partying, they kicking it. They wasn't worried about serving the Lord, and they didn't believe that the Lord was going to bring a flood. They thought everything was just going to continue how it is, But once that flood came, then that's when the people knew. But they didn't know until the destruction actually came. That's the same thing that's gonna happen now. You will have people partying, kicking it. They will have the chip in their head. They will be going to their stores, doing whatever, living whatever type of life they living. And when the Lord cracked the clouds, that's when they gonna know, because everybody gonna see the event of the Lord. It said every eye shall see it. So when the Lord cracked the clouds and bring them missiles and them chariots, then that's when these people gonna know that that the Lord sent the prophets to prophesy, to warn people.
And I was watching a video earlier. It was an old video. I ain't gonna say old, probably like a couple years ago. The Apostle Tahar was like, "This will be a lot of small chariots, but it's gonna be one big mothership." You feel me? This is gonna blot out everything. You feel me? Because it's saying that the elect is gonna get caught up in a cloud. You feel me? Just a cloud. So it's gonna be one big cloud. Right. You feel me?
And for the elect to be all on one chariot, the chariot have to be that big.
And it said that in 2nd Ezra 13, how the chariot
he looked up as a
you can't even see where it started or where it ended at.
Yeah. Especially because when you're in angelic body, you're higher in stature. So imagine how big the chariot is. Where's God, priest? All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 32, verse 29. There is Edom, her kings, and all her princes, which with their might are laid by them that were slain by the sword. They shall lie with the uncircumcised, and with them that go down to the pit. And that pit is talking about the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Middle East, because that's where that war is going to happen. That's when the Lord is going to come back and basically, according to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, go to war with the rest of the nations. But Esau, Edom, he gonna be slain by the sword, by those nuclear missiles as well. Because that is written in the scriptures. We're talking about the third part of man.
What we call it?
No, not that one. We're talking about the third part of man, the third part of the sun and the moon and the stars. Yeah, that's talking about Esau, Edom. and he's gonna be destroyed with those nuclear missiles as well. And the ones that do survive, those top, elite family members or whatnot, they're gonna get right in the shackles, right into slavery, as soon as the destruction is over with.
This is Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save."
What you got it, bro?
Come on, that's talking about how Lord Yahushua, he comes back, man. Okay, he's gonna come back to an empire, a kingdom that's being ruled by Esau and Edom, man. Okay, and we understand, through the spirit of power and how about Shimon Shai, the Lord has used his prophets to reveal who Esau and Edom is. We understand he's a so-called white man. Okay, and so we understand why his kingdom is so wicked. We understand all these things from the prophets, right? It says, traveling in the greatness of his strength, for the brother is made mention of the fact that how Yahushua, and if he comes back while the angels, he will come back while them chariots, and he'll come with that huge fathership chariot, man. Okay, I can completely blow out the sky. That's the greatness of the strength, man. The scriptures talk about how he will come back in the glory of his father, man. Verse 2, it says, "Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, in thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I had trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I would tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain on my raiment," man. All this is a metaphor for the fact all the killing the Lord is going to do, man. Okay, the brother made mention of the fact that wrath and how about Shimon Shai that come upon this earth, man. Okay, especially you Edomites, because you the ones who the rulership of the earth. You the one who's orchestrating all this wickedness, man. If the non-stop enchantments and all these different commercials, okay, the different the witchcraft symbols and everything, man. It was going to this account. I believe it was 2 camps ago. The fact that even when you deal with cars, okay, you deal with restaurants, etc., all the different symbols and everything is all
Everything.
Yeah, it leads enchantments and witchcraft, man. And it keeps these people in a dumbed down state, and it keeps these people in that vibration of wickedness. Man. It constantly, even people who didn't agree with some at one point, over the years, they see it get normalized.
Slowly,
Yeah.
gradually, ease it in on you, because that's
Right.
what the devil will do. The devil don't just come say, "Give me your shit." Well,
Right.
now, Revelations 12 and 12, he know that he got but a short time.
Right.
You feel me? But before it was, if I could smooth you out, then I'm gonna smooth you out. You feel me?
Right.
Gradually, slowly.
Right.
That's why he kill us slow. Put the shit in the air, put the shit in food. You feel me? What's that shit called? Margaret
Margaret Sanger, talking about
Yeah, man. Everything, man. It's just to kill us.
Well, like you said, at the end of the day, when you realize like this devil, devil going to the outlaws, which means deceive you. So he's gonna deceive you first.
Yeah.
Now the deception ain't working no more. These, what it tells you about the strongholds are being broken. Right. So, a lot of people, even people that's 2/3, or even people that's not into the scriptures, but they into, like you see some bugged out shit on YouTube where people, like the one guy Papa Duck. I seen the elder subscribe to his channel. But he talking about the ancestors and shit.
Right.
I understand that you worship in a spirit.
Right, exactly.
They tell you in the book of Ecclesiastes that the dead know nothing. So that once you die, you go in front of the Most High. Now the spirit that you talking to, that's probably the spirit that was on your elder, or whoever that you close. It's a demon. So anyway, long story short though, but now that challenge is being broken, the devil about to show you. He had to see the power of the sword. That sword is a tongue too.
Yeah,
So he'll tell you that to the giants.
Through the earth.
Ephesians 6 chapter 12 going to that too.
I think James do too about the tongue. So that's a sword. But then now that sword, the tongue ain't working, you about to come with that sword. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's what you about to really see the big bullet.
Yeah. And I'm about to say that's the same thing Esau did back in the time of the Maccabees. He was draconian. He was killing people who want to follow the laws of the Greeks and stuff, but also he was deceiving the people as well. And he had people over a period of time.
How did it come with Christianity? How did what's the nigga that they try to say about America or something? How did that nigga come? I think came with his goons with a sword and put the sword down on our people. made them Christians. You know what I mean?
But when you go to, come on, it's not even Columbus. It's called,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
shit like that.
wrong. Yeah.
Right. So you like, you good.
Yeah, yo, so brother can get 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, and then Jeremiah 49.
I got Isaiah 47 real quick. This is,
I got your Jeremiah.
I got that. So the promises that I made so big.
You said 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah, 2nd chapter. We go into the fact that Esau is being revealed and he's the wicked man. Because again, his Bible will tell you, Sirach the 10th chapter, and as the ruler of the city is such all day their daughter in, man. So Esau's influence is all throughout the earth. That's why everyone, that's why what does people say? They can say, one good one called evil good, and good evil. These people, they get that mindset from who the ruler, man. Because if Esau tells them someone's wicked, they will believe it. For example, the biggest easy thing to give an example of is the age that a man and a woman become an adult, so to speak. Everyone looks at 18, whatever, as the woman. Why? Because Esau told them that. So when you tell them that, how about Shai, what he deems you being an adult, people buck up against his pride, because that's what Esau's established. So Esau has established wickedness. That's why everyone upholds it, man.
Right.
You know?
that's right.
The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, that for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
What days they're talking about? You read the previous verse, they tell you that at the day our Lord and Savior comes back, man, how shall Mashiach, man, come down and fall his wickedness down. Okay, because you read Acts the 1st chapter, the disciples asked him, well, now at this time restore the kingdom to Israel, man. But he said, what? It's not for you to know time and season, but we paraphrase, man. So then he's gonna give the breakdown right here of the fact that day will come, how shall I can come until 2 things happen first. Should I bring it back?
It said, it's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, right, which that has happened, and that man of sin be revealed, and that's happening now. So that's how you know that day is really here, man. You know, it's right around the corner. It's just it's a grace period right now.
That thing here because he already revealed. Everybody knows that Esau, Edom is
The son of perdition.
even now. You got Edomites on YouTube talk about we Edomites. You feel me?
Can you go to the word perdition? Does it give a definition of perdition?
Destruction.
Death. It said, I'm gonna bring it back. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Esau's being revealed, man. That's why the spirit of the Apostle Bar recently talking about expose him, man. And you go on different YouTube, this shoot, all these different platforms, whatever. It's plenty of different documents, even Netflix and stuff. It's plenty of different documentaries going into the wickedness of Esau, man. Okay, recently the LDS Shwaba, then Apostle Bar went into it, responding to it a little bit, was the fact that little DuPont family with the Teflon thing, the fact that the different harmful chemicals that Esau uses in these pans, etc. And then he'll figure out that it's being harmful, but since he's making money off of it, he still uses it anyway. Why? Because he's greedy, man. He's a devil, man. He don't care about the inhabitants of the earth. He don't care about how he's ruling and the different effects he has on the people. As long as he's making money, he's good, man.
If I can interject real quick, like I don't know if y'all recall all of it, but remember when they was talking about the issue with the plastic, like last year, they was talking about we not dealing with plastic bag, use paper bag. And I'm seeing stores still using fucking plastic, so they don't give a fuck for real.
They do shit for a time being. Everything is always temporary. Or bad and shit.
What was that, 27?
I got that Jeremiah 1. You still got more there.
It's more than you grab that. Yeah, you grab that.
And this book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
That's why he's striking all our channels down, man. Even these so-called truthers out there, they all got to run through different platforms, whatever, because Esau is censoring everything on YouTube, man. You can't even put certain words like Edom in your titles, etc. That's a guaranteed strike, man. Like your deal gonna get taken down like within like 10 minutes.
Right. Say it like some people, like the elders start just saying E, because they wrong. That's how you know that we got the truth, man. through the power and spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, because it's so many crazy videos.
Right,
with
exactly.
Getting this top blew off and
Esau got fucking children snuff videos, disturbing as hell, man. You know, and then the shit's so crypto coded. You gotta type a certain thing in and all that shit. Esau's the devil, man. And then you got on like low level social media levels like Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. You can't cuss in the comments no more, or your channel gonna be striked, or whatever your page they might take it down. You can't show right. You can't
to be the land of the free.
Right.
And you're supposed to have freedom of speech.
Shit, Esau, it's on Vivo, they got rappers making videos butt ass naked now on Vivo on YouTube.
It's just up there.
Like that's supposed to be illegal. That's supposed to be illegal or something. But all we doing is just reading out the scriptures that we can take it
Have a
out.
little joy though. You know
That's how you fight lies.
what I mean?
Truth.
Yeah,
And we come up with the truth. Wow.
And that's why the position, but the read the fact that said, man, Esau there, he even recently just removed the dislike button. Okay, that's why, because even if the disinformation, because he loved to use that word, that, oh, this is disinformation. The disinformation that Esau is giving out, these different, so-called official news sites, whatever, everyone's going to the comment section and exposing them, talking about this ain't true, y'all liars, and then disliking, man. It's a huge dislike to like ratio, man. So what he do, I'm gonna get rid of dislike. So now you may see 2,000 likes, but now you can't see that 10,000 dislikes, man, because that goes to Esau being exposed.
It's so crazy because, like you said earlier, people believe, they fucking listen to him because it's him. But anything Esau say, go. That's crazy.
That's how you know he got the power.
He say, take the Vanessa, and you feel me?
When you got videos on YouTube right now for people that talk about they regret taking it.
He's getting cancer off the shit, man.
We even dying. Even now he's telling you it don't even work now. Now it's a so-called new barrier that it can pierce through, but all three of them you took already, man. That's why the students talk about people being put to shame and confusion for those who trust in Egypt, man. Because here it is, you didn't trust the Esau, so he told me to take it, oh, I'm gonna lose my job, et cetera, which he ain't really put the pressure on people like he's going to, but you wouldn't go took it, but now he's saying, look, I know you listen to me and took it. Now none of that matters to me. I don't even count. You still can so-called be contagious and spread to someone else. There's a new super variant now. No? But it was more than that Thessalonians.
This damn devil, man. Gotta go, man. This place gotta
The
go.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh.
God, that's like what Esau does, man. Because here it is. Our people talk about trust of science, but me and my brother was talking about this. The fact that according to Esau's science, there is no God, man. So all these people, especially our people who I believe in the Most High, so-called Jesus and stuff, with this same devil, but then they'll turn around and tell you trust the science, man. You got
evolution.
Yeah, evolution. You got your own family members talking about you need to trust the science and go ahead and get a roll up your sleeve and take this juice, man. But here it is, according to Esau's science, we're not even human, man. That's how he justifies his slaughter and his genocide on the 12 tribes by saying, well, these people ain't even really human, man. These people are three-fifths of men. These people are naturally degenerate. That's right. So according to his science, hey, you are fully justifying him. He's fully justified in slaughtering you, man. So obviously his science ain't always accurate, okay? Because he tells you there's no more stuff.
Then he make laws and shit and certain the creeds that's just straight against us.
Like,
everything just aimed against us. And he used this sorcery and his witchcraft, man.
Okay, it says, read it back. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so he is as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. right? And that's blasphemy. That's something you cannot repent from. You know, and Esau is going to get no repentance for his sins. He's not going to get no excuses. He's not going to get no mercy. You know, so for that exact reason, Esau has exalted himself over the people, the princes of power. You know, he tried to exalt himself over Yahushua by way of whitewashing. He tried to exalt himself over the Most High himself by way of this MOTB.
He has a serious God complex, man. Because even with his envy against us, he goes even above us. He literally don't want to just be the Israelites. He literally wants to be the Most High himself.
Exactly.
He literally wants to have control of every single human being, every animal, every plant. He wants to have it all under his thumb and be wicked about it, man. He suppress everybody. That's what the whole this whole NWO is about, man. He literally want to heap a bunch of resources instead of him to live good. It's a couple Edomite families,
Right.
and then just everyone else is suffering. Which makes no sense. Hey, how about Shah made the earth plenty of resources?
Right.
Why do you want to take it away from everybody?
He covered his life.
Where you covered it, man?
For itself, you got homeless people where you got one Edomite that could fucking fix everything. Just one of them got that much money, that much resources to where they could stop hunger for the whole world.
But you know what, and that's a spirit, because like I said, because in Jeremiah chapter 49, it go into that, like that's our covenant. Like I'll bring it up. This is Jeremiah 49:9. Great gatherers come to thee. You bring that up. Well, I'll finish this one. Jeremiah 49:9. If great gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night they will destroy till they have enough. You know, and this devil's thirst and his carnality is insatiable. That's why, like I say, like he accounts for on earth. He'll never have enough.
Right.
You know, like we'll keep on just bleeding it. You know what I mean? Until it's over. You know.
We'll talk even with this MOTV thing. Like even though we talked about how the fact that's like Esau's in game, the fact that once he gets that chip in everybody, and the fact that under his crown success, whatever, if the Lord didn't stop him at that, he would continue to go on. Man. Like the brother Amar was going into, he really wants to control your soul. He won't just be satisfied. Eventually, he'll rejoice for a little bit, like, yeah, I got him all chipped. But then, like, nah, I want to go further, man.
Right. You know what, the spirit, like I'll be watching Brother Men of Valor a lot, and the brother, I talk to him on like one of their heads. I think it's trying to stay in the spirit. You got to feel what
Stay in the spirit.
So he when I forgot what the name of the video, but he had a video with Biden on there, and he was up. You had to find the video. I'll try to find it, throw it in the group chat. But long story short, he was going into what a covenant mean and all that. Like you go in the covenant, it's a cutting. You know what I mean? And basically, you know what I mean. So we already got it. That's why it's going to be so detrimental to us not to do it, because we already got a covenant with Yahweh and Yahushua. You're right. So you know what I mean. Like so, to go past that or go, to go beyond that or go off and go try and deal with Eve, yeah, you're gonna get judged for that.
Right. I had one verse and had one. There's a Sirach chapter 10 and verse 9. It says, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man." So why is earth and ashes proud? Because Esau, Edom, you're just a man ultimately, man. But the Lord has purposely, understanding this movie, the Lord purposely hasn't judged Esau, and hasn't checked him for it's the BS he's doing the earth for him to get more proud, man. Okay, because you see the fruits of Esau, because it's a learning experience as well. But nevertheless, also you read Romans 9 chapter, the Lord is setting his hand up, man. No, even for the same purpose, I raised me up. That might show my power and lead. So also the Lord is letting your pride stack up, so that way he can humble you before the whole earth, man. No? Right. But it said, the point I want to grab those fact that it said there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, because you made that point earlier, the fact that Esau's covetous, he can't have enough. Okay, he literally wants everything everybody else got. Here it is. He literally got everything. He's top of league. They own the earth. Can we talk about the wealth they have? They worth 500 trillion dudes. At the end of the day, they own everything. So you really can't put a price on that. They're in charge of everything. They can do whatever they want on the earth, get away with it.
Look at shit. And if you can't see that, you retarded or something. It's like they literally just stopped the whole fucking planet. Made you put on a fucking mask.
Exactly.
I mean, this is the biggest. I mean, like that's gangster shit. Right? I mean, I never forget. Me and Damian was at Giant Eagle talking about that shit one day. We sitting there looking at all the people with the mask. We got some I think it was that day when they was talking about what's that one supposed to hear that's supposed to die on the comforter?
Okay.
Yeah, we got a picture of it. Like I put up the long story short. I'll never get that. So we looking at the people that got the mask on and really distancing people looking behind them, making sure you ain't. I'm like, we like, what the fuck? Like that's what
The scriptures say,
witchcraft.
John 8:44, basically, ye are your fathers, the devil. And Esau have followed in all. I mean, Jacob, the wicked ones of Jacob, have followed in those customs, that covetous way of Esau, that proper way of Esau, and now they're beginning to be what, murderers, robbers, thieves, and deceivers themselves, man.
But I got one thing. Switch it up a little bit because this Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. And that's exactly how this devil got everything. Hurting, killing, robbing, trickery, just being a devil. But because of that, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's why it's time for us to get the kingdom. We made a covenant with the Most High, and prophecies had to be fulfilled. But now we at the end. You feel me? We about to get the kingdom. And we're gonna be righteous forever, man.
It's on Sirach 17:17. It says, for in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. So Esau, he had his time. Esau just had 3 major kingdoms back to back.
Damn.
Right. Esau had his time in the earth to rule. Now it's time for the nation of Israel to rule the earth, and to possess the earth.
Another one real quick. This 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
And that's the spirit, because that's how you know Esau is the so-called white man, because before Esau even started ruling, all these other nations was ruling. All these other nations had their great kingdoms, like the Egyptian Empire and Persia and so on and so forth. Then Esau came on the scene. But Esau was the end of the time period of these nations ruling.
Right, and that really started. It really grew with the Greek Empire. That's when that fame, that power, that notoriety that Esau has. That's where that shit started from. That's why it says in Maccabees, the 1st chapter, that the wickedness increased because Esau was getting greater. He was getting more powerful. He was getting more
great. I think he the first one that had control over the whole known world or something.
He did it in 12 years, I believe. He did it he was the quickest one who conquered. He was the youngest and the quickest one who conquered basically a mass number of land. Right.
Just because I ain't back
Yeah, basically, that's who he was. That's why they compare him to a leopard, because the leopard is real swift and quick. That's why, and that's what Alexander the Great did. He was swift and quick in taking over all of those, regions that he took over.
But it actually was ultimately Willie. How about shot? Just it's like with these devils, they had a term, manifest destiny. That's how they was able to conquer all this land over here. And actually, the elder just did a video. I didn't watch it, but I see he said they used the Bible to justify slavery. We don't use the Bible. So like I said, so what is we saying really that's false? I mean, we use, like, I did a video about, like, when you go into the Mormons believe that Jake is cursed.
Because of his skin color.
Right. So what the fuck is when we saying it out the scriptures, though? Yeah, but like the devil, he always be good at turning things upside down. Fuck that devil.
Actually, y'all got free. Yeah.
Daniel 2:44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to no other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all the kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
And that's why I say in Revelations, with that, we're talking about Yahushua, where he wore many crowns, because of all those many nations he's gonna take down. Yahushua is gonna get the credit and glory for that. He's got the credit and the glory in the heavens but now he just has to get it on earth. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to get that glory, on earth, because he's going to come back in that glorious apparel, that celestial body. Where the scriptures we say, I will not meet thee as a man. That's talking about physically and spiritually. He's not going to meet. That's talking about literally. He's not going to meet, and he's not going to come back like he came the first time. He's going to come back in his full-blown strength and glory in the celestial body, ready to go to war and ready to deliver.
I got one for you. It's Daniel 7:13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, coming with the clouds of heaven. And that's Yahweh Shah coming with the chariots, and came to the Ancient of Days. And the Ancient of Days is Yahweh. And they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion, which is rulership, and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages shall serve him. And his dominion and everlasting dominion which shall never pass away. And his kingdom, that which shall not be destroyed. So exactly what you just said, everything. I ain't gotta say nothing, because you feel me?
I got the definition of dominion real quick. It's a quick Google search. It says dominion. It says sovereignty or control. It says the territory of a sovereign government. Man. Okay, you see, because they like the brother made this from the fact that he had brought the previous verse out in Daniel 2:44. He said the fact that the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Man. The kingdom is only going to be ruled by Yahweh Shah in Israel. Man. Okay, and like right Israel right here said the sovereign control, because also the brothers is going into the fact that Esau's wickedness. In fact, those are prophecy for them to be set up for the point in time. Okay, now it's going to be time for righteousness to be set up. And Esau is not fit to bring righteousness, man. We see the fruits of Esau wither right now. But if they mention the fact that Greeks, okay, the Romans, now in modern day Babylon the Great, you see Esau ain't nothing righteous about this kingdom, man. Okay, everything, all the laws, Esau enforces everything. It's ain't righteous, man. So Esau's not fit to bring a righteous reign and righteous rule. So now that the Lord is about to set up righteousness, though, the scripture talking about Mark 10, it say he will in due time, he will set up one that is profitable. He going to set up one that's profitable for the earth, man. Okay, we was talking about all the different problems. We was talking about all the different problems that this rulership has. The Lord is going he gonna solve it, so to speak, by putting the right men in rulership.
That's why the scriptures say this is the whole conclusion of the matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. Because a conclusion is a solution to a problem or the ending of a thing. And that's what's going to be the ending of everything. Wisdom and knowledge and the enforcement of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Man. That's what's going to solve every problem. Because that's basically why it's being fucked up. Because Esau is doing everything opposite to what the law say do.
I got some. This Isaiah 63:4. It say, "For the day of vengeance is in my heart, the year of my redeemer is come." So this is what Yahweh Shah is waiting for, and not just Yahweh Shah, but the elect and the spirits, the other Israelites in the spirit world. Right. So it's just this is the main event, and the transition of Esau and Esau's kingdom into the elect nation of Israel, and righteousness being enforced in the earth. Because it's been wickedness in the earth since the beginning. Hey, and who caused the wickedness? Esau. And I'll go back to Esau when he was the old servant.
Oh yeah, kind of bad.
Right here.
Yeah, I got one right here.
Okay, this Philippians 2:8. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Talking about our big brother and Lord and Savior. Wherefore Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, also have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name.
Right. And it said because of his obedience. That's the first thing with the Lord. He wants from you is obedience. That's what's gonna build the relationship, And Yahweh Shai, that's why he was the perfect sacrifice, because he was obedient. He was the only person, that was 100% obedient to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in the whole earth. that ever lived.
Wow. Verse 10. And at the name of Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach, every knee shall bow of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth.
Right.
That's power and dominion. You feel me? Every verse just keeps saying that he go get a kingdom. You feel me? He go get a kingdom. Everybody go bow down to him. You feel me?
And that was promised to him from the beginning, of course. But in Psalms, when you read Psalms 2 and 8, it talked about how the Lord was going to give Yahweh Shai basically the uttermost parts of the earth and the heathens for a possession. And if we join heirs with Yahweh Shai, I mean, we're going to inherit that as well.
Colossians say everything was made by him and for him. You know what I mean?
But yeah, they're going to show you that these Christians don't really understand the scriptures and what's going on. Because the fact that we read about that Yahweh Shai can come back and get dominion in the kingdom, but then Christians still talking about God bless America. But this is they only now this is the empire, this is the kingdom. So it's the Messiah, which they call Jesus, who just stand real name Yahweh Shai. He's coming back to take power from all these different heathen rules on the earth instead of his kingdom. How can America stand? Exactly. The fact that that's a great point. The fact that if you want this place to continue, that means you openly saying that you against his kingdom. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I talk about the scripture about many antichrist.
Yes, you know. I got another one stuff. It's Daniel 7:27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
Right.
And that's us, because it's Romans 8:17 say that we heirs, joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. What is a joint heir? You feel me? Some kind of inheritance.
I got a quick proof for you. If you guys still got more on that verse, or it's a lot.
And kingdom and the everlasting kingdom and all dominion shall serve and obey him. You feel me? That's that power again. That's that rulership, man. We up next and we up forever, man. For real, man. We're not, man. That's something that just hit my spirit. You feel me? Like, damn. Willing, man, we gotta be them, man.
This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 20. It says, therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. In Revelation, Slakia. In Matthew, the 25th chapter, it talks about the 5 foolish virgins, and then you got the 5 wise virgins. And those 5 wise virgins represent the elect because they took that oil with them, which that oil represents the understanding and the wisdom of the scriptures, man. And that's what's going to elect is the ones who's issuing in the kingdom of heaven. We are the Lord willing, we're the heralds of the Heavenly Father. We blowing the trumpet. We're sent out to basically bring that introduction of Yahweh Shai's second arrival out, and his kingdom being established.
You can actually keep reading now.
Yeah, come on. I was. What? It said, verse 21, if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom. Right. So if you really want that status to be a God, you will be studying these scriptures, learning the breakdowns, going on YouTube, learning breakdowns, and going over them over and over again. You will be reading the scriptures as much as you can on your free time when you can. You'll be always praying in the spirit around brothers, striving for the truth to death, being on fire, enduring. But 2/3, they don't want to be gods. Because you talk about
fools hate wisdom. Like that proverb said, when you try to give a person this, man, and they look at you like crazy, not even knowing this is the truth. This is bread of life. This is what to save you, man. You feel me? But the Lord, like we had read earlier, the Lord got them eyes where they can't see and ears where they can't hear until this day.
That's what Jake missing. You know what I'm saying? Because like look, I was thinking about this throughout the week, man. They don't have no structure, you know what I'm saying? Like they out of order. You know what I'm saying? When you look at their life, like they might have money, they might have a family and stuff like that, but the way they operate in this world is
just wake up and go.
Yeah, bro, that's Jake.
They got no plans, no job, no car, no money.
Yeah, bro.
Niggas just get up and
They
go.
go. But like I said, you will have Jakes that have those things as well, but they still
Get up and
you know
go.
what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't have no structure, they don't have no true way of going about living their life, bro. You know what I'm saying? No meaning, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Man, that's scary. I remember that one day we was at your house. And, we was watching a Lil Baby interview. Bro, Lil Baby is a prime example of having money.
Hey, technically,
Yeah, clean nigga though.
no.
Oh, you talking about the time?
Yes, that nigga too,
They
bro.
asked that nigga this one question. He took the conversation 7 ways
Right.
and ain't finished none of it. I was like, man, hold on, what the fuck this nigga just saying?
Yeah, bro.
He's a prime example of having money and still not having no type of morals, virtues, or wisdom or knowledge about anything. Basically, just being what's the word? Stagnant. Oh yeah, it's more here. It said, "O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore."
And that's something that these people don't do. When you look at these people, man, they don't honor wisdom, man. Like, look at the average person, man. Like, they live a lifestyle of destitute of wisdom, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing about no ancient history. They don't know no history. They don't know nothing about the herbs. They get sick immediately. They run to Esau. They don't know nothing, bro. Like, if you were a man, especially
Wickedness.
yeah, unless it's wickedness. But if you're a man, like, you should have like a general understand their basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, like real talk, bro. But these people, they've been robbed of that wisdom, man. They don't know nothing, bro. Matter of fact, can I get this precept out here? You know what I'm saying? Because this is a shame, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we're here. We're here to let Jake know, like, you got to come back to your heritage, man. Because this is what's gonna keep you, grounded and rooted, man. Especially in these times, man. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. This is Proverbs 19, verse 2. It says also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. And he that hasteth with his feet sinneth, man. So we all got souls, man, and we all got spirits, man. Like, your spirit is pure energy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has, but your soul is like your intents of what you into and stuff like that, like what makes you you. But it says, if the soul be without wisdom, if the soul be without understanding, it's not good. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you can be walking around this earth and you see somebody that don't got no knowledge, they just, you know.
Yes.
That's why the scriptures say the light of the body is the eye. Roughly paraphrase. I don't want to butcher it because, like you were saying, like the scriptures say, it said the soul a soul without understanding is not good. If your eye is not set on righteousness or anything to gain understanding or knowledge, then your body is going to be full of darkness, which means your soul is full of darkness.
And he said, how great is that
darkness?
Ultimately, you gotta live by a certain standard. It's like, my brother was talking about the fact that your belief system and your standards, your morality is how your behavior and actions don't manifest on earth. But our people, like, our people don't have a standard of Yahweh, shot the scriptures. So they just rule off basically their emotions whatever they do in that moment. Which is why the brothers want to see the fact that they is all over the place. That's why Jake will kill another Jake for stepping on the shoes or any stupid shit. They don't think things through. Like,
Jake is double-minded and impulsive. They're impulsive on their emotions and they're double-minded. They don't know how to control it. They don't know what they want to do. They're unstable.
Mm-hmm. I got one. This is unless y'all have one.
No, you got it.
Okay, this is Psalms 119. I'll start at I'll start at 6. Actually, I'll start from the top. Psalms 119, verse 1. It says, "Blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord." It says, "Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart," man. And that's what our people, they're not seeking the Heavenly Father with their whole heart, man. Their mind is off into other things, man, off into the festivities that this place has to offer, man. The great circuses, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Rome was offering, man. You know, they had the gladiator games. You know what I'm saying? They had other events and stuff like that.
And that came from the Greek Empire.
Yep.
You know, which once again, honing in on the Greek Empire, that's where most of the wickedness you see today, that's where that shit was basically going glorified and made. It's a certain word for it, Salakia, but that's where it was basically glorified and made popular in the Greek Empire.
Yeah, because it's like the same guys and stuff, just with different names. It's the same items, which bring what? The same image, same spirit.
Right. That's a deception within itself, because now you worshiping idols unknowingly.
Hey, and the crazy part about it is because we is Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah's woman. You feel me? And we had a name, just like a woman have a name. Only thing we had to do was obey. And what do women don't do? They don't obey. You can't tell me nothing. You feel me? That's why I think this Jeremiah, the 4th chapter, it say, come back, backslide daughter or something like that.
Oh yeah, no,
How long will I go?
Did I have one?
No, you got it.
All right, come on. I'm gonna get this. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7. Actually, Wisdom of Solomon 6, verse 9. It says, Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak, that you may learn wisdom and not fall away, man. So who we're speaking to, man? We speaking first and foremost to you, you men, you know what I mean, of the nation of Israel, man. It says, Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak, that you may learn wisdom and not fall away, man. Because ultimately, man, when Jake falls away from Yahweh Shem Shah, man, we see what happens, man. You wind up in a degenerate state. You know, you wind up with the I always say the young thugs and the Cardi B's and stuff like that, just completely left from Yahweh Shem Shah. Perverse, man, reprobate, man.
So yeah, you gotta imagine how our forefathers was reacting when they seen these prophecies coming to pass. Like, you literally watching they looking at Eve with different color hair, long ass eyelashes, fake ass nails. They looking at Jake with his pants half off his ass, you know, coloring their hair, Jake walking around sashaying around. Right. So imagine how they watching them getting destroyed. So they taking in a whole bunch of shit they don't understand, man. So that's why they was overwhelmed. That's why our forefathers, when they received vision, like, they was overwhelmed, sick, because they taking in a whole bunch of stuff that they really don't understand for real.
And some of the prophets was actually around when a lot of these biblical events took place. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying? Daniel, like, there was actually Daniel
in the captivity.
Yeah, Daniel literally got carried off by Nebuchadnezzar, you know what I'm saying, in that Babylonian Empire. He literally was a captive. He got carried off with the other exiles, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ezekiel was another one, bro. So yeah, Jeremiah was another one. So you can imagine that, bro. You getting fucking shackled up. You a man of the Lord, bro. So it's like they not only receive visions, but they was actually in some of these events, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you gonna be.
Yeah, like bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, brothers, like, look, that's why, man, this is a serious thing, man. You always hear the apostles talk about Jacob trouble and stuff like that. This whole process of a grace period is for you to get your soul right, get your spirit right. So ultimately, when that time comes, man, you'll be covered by the blood, man. You cannot play around with this, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, sometimes you get that spirit of, like, damn, man, look at people in the world winning. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, this place it's literally about to go to shit, man. And, you know, probably next year. It's already here. You know what I'm saying? But these people, they not really feeling it. Right. You know how brothers, we pay attention, we see the things, we like, yeah,
that's why we read it earlier, so come as a thief in the night.
That's spirit. That's spirit.
I'm also like to ask the seed in church.
Real talk.
We know what's going on.
We do, bro.
We know the truth through the spirit. So this shit could be here, man, so fast.
Yeah, there you go. People will get a rude awakening next year. Yeah, like I say, I don't know how it's gonna play out. Speaking as a man, but through the spirit, you can feel it. You can see it. You feel it, see it. You can see it. You see all the other things. You know, like they set people for a mighty fault, and like you said, because of that pride.
You had made a point about, you know, how sometimes you be envious seeing certain people. You be like, damn, niggas in the world winning and shit. But that's why the scripture say, envy not the oppressor, or envy not the wicked, because thou, it said roughly paraphrase, yeah. It should say at the end like thou knowest not his end. Yeah, right.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. It says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. It says, for the forward is abomination to the Lord. It says, but a secret is with the righteous, man. Yeah, so that's the point.
Yeah, basically. So, because that's how people fall out the truth and go back into the world. You know, they value the things that these niggas in the world is winning off of. But that's what keeps us, like brothers that's sincere, we value wisdom. And we know that wisdom is way more valuable than the shit these niggas is winning and eating off of right now.
Or they miss what they have in the world.
Yeah,
come on. Right. For the truth, man. But the Lord want the kingdom.
Yeah, more than all that shit, man.
Any of that shit.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 9:11, it says, envy not the glory of the sinner, but thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Right, because the glory of the sinner, that's the Lord is because the scriptures say the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, how the Lord basically let the wicked prosper, but he do it to for their destruction, you know. And that's what the glorious things that these niggas in the world is getting. It's for their downfall and destruction. It's for so they could be more wicked, more powerful, so the Lord could be more justified in giving them that type of judgment that he about to give. That's why I say thou shalt know not his end, because his end is going to be a terrible judgment.
One more verse. It says the light. I'm gonna read verse 11 again too. Ecclesiastes 9:11. Envy not the glory of the sinner, but thou knowest not what shall be his end. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember they shall not go unpunished unto their grave. Like brothers make mention of the fact that you know, this little baby, etc. All these different, Jacob think that they made it in this world, okay, because they're a successful rapper, athlete, etc. They insult to Esau. You understand that they might have paid for that, man. Even our people who are in these false Israelite groups, these false prophets, that are taking the bag, they understand that they're gonna come a judgment that comes with that. You get to pleasure in a moment, but you understand that later your latter end, later on down the line, you're gonna pay for it. Okay, but
Like
people,
Moses.
You know,
Moses said,
right. Moses said, what did he say? He said something with his people as
Rather than enjoy the pleasure for a season.
and it's gonna be a seed. It's gonna be a seed. Nah, the seasons. That's not a joke.
I was about to say that's on both sides. Because brother make mention of the fact that you may look at wicked how they prosper, be envious about it. Yeah, the wicked they prosper now, then they later they will be judged. And the ones who try to find through how about she on side and see the truth, they suffering right now. But then what? You're gonna get a reward later.
On this Psalms 37:1, it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb.
It was another one too. It's I was envious.
Get down to that was Daniel. Right. I mean, not Daniel, it's like King David.
So right, the elect, the righteous gonna have their time. They're gonna have their shine. We coming into that time. The wicked, they time is over with. You know, the scriptures say that the fashion of this world passeth away. You know, verse 3 it says, trust in the Lord and do good, and so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. The Lord gonna bring the blessings, and the Lord is gonna reward the elect for being righteous, seeking after righteousness.
Yeah, that's what we banking on.
The crown of life, that crown of life, the salvation, that come with abundant of things everlasting.
Yeah, we banking on that, man. Like we literally gave our lives up for these things, man.
Right. Man. And a person might read that scripture and be like, well, what does it mean to delight yourself in the Lord? It means to do these things passionately, to do it sincerely. You know, you gotta let learning the ability to get wisdom, when you studying, you get that feeling of, you get that download of wisdom, and you get that basically that happy feeling. That's when you know, like, yeah, you really value this wisdom, because now you're delighted in learning. You're delighted to learn more about Yahweh, more about the history of our nation and things like that. That's how you know that you passionate. That's what it means to delight yourself in the Lord, to do these things passionately and sincerely. Because a person might be in the truth for a reason that's not why you supposed to be in the truth.
Right.
Whether it be for money,
Right.
for the glory of man, or for women, whatever. Because you got people that's like that.
Basically, they own belly.
Yeah, it's kind of
basically they being the truth for their own belly's sake, man. You know what I'm saying? They not in it for the right reasons. Like, you ultimately supposed to be desiring to push the will of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about the will of Yahweh. How about you not shot? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't understand that and you trying to come up some other way, then the Lord gonna reveal you and He gonna cast you out, man. Right.
So narrow is the path.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's Psalm 73 verse 2. But as for me, my fever almost gone. My steps have well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Right. And so he was envious at the foolish. We saw the prosperity of the wicked, man. So like, we all understand, man, as men, as we are men, you see these people winning. But at the end of the day, man, we gonna get the ultimate laugh, man, because America don't got that much longer, man. You know what I'm saying? At the most, man, might have maybe a year or two left, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? We said that Lord willing, of course, we face the day. But this place don't got another 5-10 years, man. You know what I mean? We see, especially with the prophecies popping off, that we got a little time left in this place, man. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing. Stay on that straight and narrow, man. Keep pushing the word, man.
Now, like I said, I saw the spirit of the wicked. This is really going, especially into Esau, man. We was talking about earlier the fact that he's a least. They got power in the earth. They can do whatever the hell they want to, and they can't no one question about it. As even as you talking about as men, we envy that. I want that power too. It says, verse 4, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Right. So Esau, he doesn't go through the things that so-called regular people go through, man, like worrying about bills and stuff like that. And basically, being concerned with your livelihood, man. They got it all. They winning, man.
That's His blessing.
That's His blessing.
Even
on the earth.
Even with like there's such thing as called commonwealth, because even if you're not one of the top elites, there's a certain respect that Almighty gives an Edomite, because your nation is rulership. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're not, even if they're on a low level, they're not super involved and rich or whatever. There's a certain respect they have. It says it says verse 6, it says, therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. Like I said, for again, going to Esau, we understand Esau has more than heart could wish. He had the fatness of the earth, man. He's still not satisfied. We was talking about that earlier, man. The fact that there's not such thing, a more wicked thing than to cover his man. Esau, he got, here it is, he got all these things with the name, he still want more than it. It says, it says they are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning their oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walking through the earth. Therefore, his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, "How doth God know? Is there knowledge in the Most High?" Which is why they reject the ways of Yahweh Shai. They feel like there's no prophet. I mean, I was listening to Ezra. He was saying that, like, Esau is not gonna have a sudden change of heart and turn around and start doing righteousness. Why? But he's like, look, my forefathers been doing wickedness for centuries. I'm doing wickedness. My son, they gonna do wickedness too, and no judgment has come. So why would I do anything different? Man? There's a saying that say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So like shit. Exactly. Like, well, I ain't been praying the most. I've been doing like that. So why would I start?
That's how Jake be too. Yeah.
It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. The increase in riches, man. It says, verily I cleanse my heart in vain and wash my hands in innocency. Like the brother was on this, the fact that you may feel that way sometimes. Like, damn, here it is. I'm getting chastened for the Lord. I'm not just trying to do the right thing. Like, I'm getting persecuted, rejected. Okay, when your family members coming up against you, I'm not just trying to fight for you. How about you outside? That's part of the walkthrough, man. It says, for all the day long have been plagued and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. That's funny because that's the truth. And you try to tell Jake about the wickedness of Esau, and he'll justify him and come at you.
Yeah.
Like, no, you the one with the problem.
Because we live in a perverse society, man. You know what I'm saying? But we know, like I said, the victory is gonna come to the children of Israel. Now let's go around the elect. You know what I'm saying?
I got one more.
Hey,
This Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
right. You know, we gotta speak these things to existence, man. It says now is our salvation nearer than we believe, man. So we know ultimately, man, this thing is not far off, man. It's closer than what we believe, even though it seems like it's tarrying, but as Scripture say, don't tarry, wait for it, man. So we just gotta continue waiting, continue what we're doing.
Because it's worth it.
It's worth it, man.
Right.
Yeah.
While we waiting, we articulate in the areas that we weak in. You know, we trying to make sure that we right and prepared and ready for these things that's about to happen too. While we prophesying and talking about how these other niggas about to get judged, we trying to make sure we don't end up like the people that we prophesying against.
Well, yeah, I spoke about that earlier. You know what I'm saying? The grace period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you sometimes you listen to brothers, but man, I'm going to come back. You know what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. But you know, you like, man, you gotta get right first.
Yeah.
Though, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we all got flaws and stuff like that we working on. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord want to come back to a spotless, blameless version, man.
Yeah.
As the Scripture's talking about, man. And that's our job to present Jake. Once we wait, you know, once the Lord uses us to wake them up, is to clean them up, but also make sure we good ourselves, man. So, because the Lord don't want to come back to a dirty, filthy, you know, horde. You know what I'm saying? But we know that the lake is not looked at like that, but he's saying.
This is Proverbs 11:5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
So like, yeah, I just want to say something real quick. The Scripture say, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. And that's how you do it, by striving for righteousness. That effort that you take, you know, and, you know, being diligent in it.
The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but the transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. So you reap what you sow. If you put in wickedness, you're gonna get dealt wickedness. If you put in righteousness, pray, and you righteously continue.
That's what the Scripture say in Zephaniah. All ye meek of the earth. It say, it says, be ye meek. And it may be, you should be, so like, I don't know, bitch, I'm scratching. It's Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So those are things that we gotta, you know, build up on and increase on while that grace period is still relevant, so that we can be hid.
Yeah, that was it, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, man. So, you know, we pray this edifying with that. We want to give all praise and glory to you. Double honor to our apostle Israel, most on peace and mercy given to the Lord and let Shalom, Bible born.
Abad the ball.
Shalom.